The Gunther era has officially begun. He won the title at SummerSlam, and I do not see him losing it till at least WrestleMania. Why? Because after Roman Reigns lost to WrestleMania 40, I think WWE has been on the lookout for that next final boss character. Someone in the vein of 2010 Undertaker, 2013 Brock Lesnar, or 2023 Roman Reigns. And I think Gunther's that guy. So let's fantasy book him and the World Heavyweight title from now to WrestleMania 41. I'm Brandon, and welcome to Wrestling Talk. So to start off, I don't think Gunther is going to be defending the World Heavyweight title at every PLE. WWE already has a Workhorse champion in Cody Rhodes, and before that it was Seth Rollins with the World Heavyweight title. And I think the winning formula for WWE is that with the two main event titles, one of them is a Workhorse champion and the other is a final boss level heel. Just a year ago, Seth Rollins was the Workhorse champion with the World Heavyweight title, and Roman Reigns was that final boss heel with the WWE title. Now I think the roles have reversed. Cody Rhodes is the workhorse that has been defending his title at every PLE, whereas Gunther I think is going to be used a bit more sparingly. Because of that, I don't think he's going to be at Bad Blood. Not just because they want him to be more of an attraction, but also because I think the Bad Blood PLE is going to consist of mostly blood feuds. Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk, Damian Priest versus Finn Balor, Bayley versus Nia Jax. At the moment, Gunther doesn't have a big-time feud going, so I think he'll sit this PLE out, with his first PLE title defense coming at Crown Jewel, where his opponent, to me, has to be Sami Zayn. They've already planted the seeds on Raw, with Gunther denying Sami Zayn's challenge for a match. But also, I think with both Sami Zayn and Randy Orton, WWE is trying to show that the Gunther that's holding the World Heavyweight title is not the same Gunther who was holding the IC title. Think about it, his match with Randy Orton at Bash in Berlin was really just a way to correct their match from King of the Ring, where Randy's shoulders weren't quite down for 3, it kinda made Gunther's win feel illegitimate. So what did WWE do? They had Gunther decisively win against Randy Orton in their next match. Moving on to Sami Zayn, he's the one that dethroned Gunther for the IC title. So what do I think WWE's gonna do? Have Gunther decisively win against Sami Zayn at Crown Jewel, to show that both competitors who pushed Gunther to his limits in the past could not hold their own against Gunther now. After Crown Jewel, we'll move on to Survivor Series, where reports are already going around saying that CM Punk versus Gunther is being discussed, and I think this is the move. Punk will be looking strong coming off of the Drew McIntyre feud, where I think he'll come out on top, winning their match at Bad Blood. Gunther will look strong after beating Sami Zayn and Randy Orton, to where this can be a big money match. But obviously, Gunther's gonna win. It can either be a clean victory or due to interference from a returning Seth Rollins. I actually prefer the latter, just because it's more interesting and adds some fuel to the Punk versus Seth feud. Now moving on to the Royal Rumble, I do not think Gunther will defend at this PLE. I just don't think there's gonna be the space. You're gonna have 2 Rumble matches, a Cody title defense, probably a mid-card title defense like the US or IC title, maybe one of the women's titles will be defended. I just don't think it's needed for Gunther to defend here, and if Cody's title is already in jeopardy the night of the Rumble, I think WWE is going to want Gunther's title to remain constant. However, when it comes to Elimination Chamber, I think Gunther will be defending there, and his opponent will be none other than Finn Balor. Why? Because the two had a killer match on Raw, so the natural next step is for them to have a match at a PLE. But also, this close to WrestleMania, Gunther needs to have an opponent that at least has a slight chance of beating him. Slight. And to be honest, Finn Balor dethroning Gunther is a possibility. So because of that, I think that's going to be the match. However, obviously Finn Balor's not going to win, because just like he interfered in Gunther's match at SummerSlam, Damian Priest will interfere in Gunther's match at Elimination Chamber, costing Finn Balor the victory, and setting up a Damian versus Demon Finn Balor grudge match for WrestleMania 41. I'm sure Damian and Finn will have wrestled each other a few times by this point, but Damian costing Finn Balor the title would be the perfect setup for their blow-off match. But all that being said, who is Gunther's WrestleMania opponent gonna be? In my opinion, it's gonna be whoever wins the Royal Rumble. And to me, it comes down to 2 contenders. They are John Cena and Drew McIntyre. Hear me out. 2025 is John Cena's final WWE run, meaning the 2025 Rumble is his last ever Rumble. And while I know a lot of people, myself included, would love to see John Cena versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania, I think WWE is going to hold off on that match until later on in the year. Plus, I think Randy Orton is going to be occupied with Cody Rhodes for the WWE title. So because of that, John Cena will need something to do. And what bigger babyface is there for Gunther than John Cena? I can see it now. He overcomes the odds in the Rumble, outlasts everyone, wins by the skin of his teeth, and now has the daunting task of Gunther in front of him. The story would be insane. However, then there's Drew McIntyre. Over the past year, Drew McIntyre has elevated himself to main event level status, which means come WrestleMania time, he should be involved in a main event level match. I don't think he'll be involved with the WWE title, I don't think he'll be involved with the Bloodline, and I definitely don't think he'll be involved with CM Punk. I think their feud will end after Bad Blood. So what do you do with Drew McIntyre? Do you throw him into an IC title match? At this point in his career, it feels a bit beneath him. Or do you have him finally earn another shot at the title that's eluded him for the past year? He won it at WrestleMania for 5 minutes, but then it got taken away. He almost won it at Clash at the Castle, but then it got taken away. He almost won it at Money in the Bank, but then it got taken away. What about if during the Royal Rumble, Drew McIntyre is able to sneak a victory and earn a title shot against Gunther at WrestleMania? To me, just like Cena, the story would be insane. And in terms of who wins, I think Drew McIntyre might have a shot, but it's just a shot, because I can very well see Gunther holding this for a year, at least. But alright, that is my fantasy booking of Gunther from now to WrestleMania 41. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.